Hey ladies and gentlemen, Stephen here from Redolessence and welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate your time and your viewership. It means a lot. And in today's episode, we're going to be taking a closer look at the brand new release by the company Micallef, and this one is called Edenfalls, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin my fragrance review of Edenfalls by Micallef and I tell you all about it and also a special giveaway that's attached to this video, I do want to mention that if you are a fan of fragrance-related content, if you like fragrance reviews here on YouTube, but also top 10 videos, giveaways, unboxings, special guests, and more, please do consider supporting this channel by subscribing to it. All you have to do is click on that red button in the corner. And of course, while you're at it, please make sure to enable notifications by clicking on the bell icon. And so there's actually going to be an event on April 17th. It's going to be a Zoom event on breathing and relaxation, and of course allowing you to better experience the aromas of Micallef's fragrances. And one lucky person will get a free invitation to this event so that you can participate in real time. All you have to do if you want to enter the giveaway is just leave a comment down below, and I'm going to be picking the winning comment in 1 week's time. It is going to be pinned to the top of the comment thread, and once we confirm that you are indeed the winner, we are going to be sending you the Zoom link or the invitation so that you can attend the live event, which a lot of other YouTubers here on YouTube will also be a part of. So it's really, really exciting, and I hope that you win. Best of luck. So this is a new fragrance. Of course, it's called Edenfalls. We know Eden means paradise. It's referenced in the Bible. I also saw that Edenfalls is a place in Arkansas, but I'm pretty convinced that this is inspired by paradise and maybe a waterfall in paradise. And of course, this is a very tranquil, meditative fragrance. It's very complex in terms of the note breakdown. So there's like pink pepper, there's moss, there's musk, there's patchouli, there's neroli, if I'm not mistaken, coriander being used as a spice in here as well. So it's a very complex fragrance. I'm certainly very excited to tell you about it. Let's start things off with the presentation. Now in the opening of this fragrance, it opens up rather bright, and I really like the brightness in the opening. You have a little bit of citrus, but the citrus is not overwhelmingly strong. It's just there to sort of lure you in the introduction. But what I'm getting is this combination of pink pepper and patchouli. And the pink pepper that's used in this fragrance definitely comes across smelling rosy. So unlike other peppers like black pepper and white pepper, pink pepper actually doesn't smell spicy. It smells rosy. And that's the effect that's being achieved in here. Now, when I looked at the note breakdown, there are actually a couple different floral ingredients. Rose is not listed as a note, but I'm definitely getting something rosy. But jasmine is listed as a note, and I think it lends its purity to the composition, and so it's rather clean in the heart. There's also coriander in here, which is adding a smooth spice, unlike the spice that you might find from like ginger or saffron or something a little bit more biting and attacking. That's not what you're going to get here. It's a very smooth, clean, elegant spice that you're going to get, and it definitely contributes to that earthy, tranquil vibe. Whenever I have a perfume or I smell a perfume that tends to lean into earthy or even chypre territory, I usually find it to be very grounding, very meditative. And of course, this one has the moss, but it also has the patchouli in addition to these spices and these organic floral ingredients. And I think it's the combination of all of those things that definitely makes this fragrance smell quite tranquil and relaxing to my nose. And so what I'm getting the most of right now is this spicy rose mixed with this earthy backdrop. And so I'm getting a little bit of the moss. It's not so strong to the point that it's reminding me of like an 80s powerhouse fragrance. And perhaps I'm getting a little bit more patchouli than I am getting moss. And that's because patchouli for me has a very characteristic smell. It's deep. Sometimes it can be very rooty and earthy. Sometimes it can even have like nuances of chocolate. Again, there's nothing sweet about this fragrance, despite there being, I think, vanilla in the base. There's nothing sweet about this. It's really this fresh, floral, spicy, and earthy fragrance that is very calm and zen and meditative. And it's definitely the type of fragrance that I would wear when I just want to relax, when I want to meditate, clear my mind, put myself in a better mood. And God knows we all need to do a little bit more of that, especially with how hectic our lives can be from time to time. It's really nice to just press the pause button, pull the e-brake, and do something that is very calming and meditative. And this definitely evokes that vibe or that sensation. So I really dig this one. And especially for a fragrance containing rose or a rosy vibe on account of the pink pepper, but also the jasmine, I find this one to be perfectly unisex. And so whereas perhaps in another fragrance, a rose note might come across smelling a little bit feminine, in this case, it absolutely does not. I find this one to be perfectly unisex, and I can also perceive that the quality of the raw materials are high quality. And so this one definitely smells very natural in all of its different facets. And so the citrus is very nice. The florals are very abundant, very organic smelling, and the mossy patchouli quality in the base with the musk is actually really likable, really modest in its approach. Although the patchouli is noticeable, but it is modest in the sense that it doesn't overtake the composition and really put itself in the fore. I'm really happy that I had the opportunity to tell you about the smell. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, I do find this fragrance to be quite unique. I have smelled a few other rose patchouli combinations in the past, but there's something about this one that, on account of the coriander and some of the other ingredients that are used, it does add to the uniqueness and the originality of the perfume. So I'm really enjoying this one. In terms of the overall smell, I think it can be enjoyed by both men and women alike, and it's a very pleasant and pleasing aroma. However, I will say that if you are not a fan of floral fragrances, I would recommend that you try this one first before you go on purchasing it. In terms of the longevity, you're going to get 8 to 9 hours on your skin. The projection was great for the first, I would say, hour and a half to 2 hours of application. It never radiated beyond an arm's length, but it did sit within an elbow's length for like the first 5 or 6 hours of application. And so there are a lot of base notes in here, and so that keeps the fragrance lasting a very long time. In terms of the versatility on this one, I do find this one to be pretty versatile. I think this one would work great in every season except for the summer. I think it could perhaps be a little bit cloying, especially if you're wearing it on your neck. You do several sprays and it's a really, really hot day outside. However, if you're going to spray it a little bit more conservatively, you can definitely pull it off. Perfectly unisex, and I think this one definitely has a casual vibe because of how tranquil it is, but I can also see myself wearing this in a formal occasion as well because of the spices and the woods and the earthiness. I think this would work really well in a suit and tie or in a really nice dress if you're a woman. And then last up, in terms of the presentation, I think it's gorgeous. I like how it matches the presentation of Désir Toxic, and so when you put them side by side, there's kind of that uniformity. And I know Micallef bottles come in all shapes and sizes and colors, and so I like the fact that the one other fragrance that I own from this brand has a very similar presentation, albeit a different color if I'm not mistaken. And so my final verdict on this fragrance is, if you like spicy rose scents with a little bit of patchouli, you're looking for something that leans a little bit into floral territory, but something that is definitely very zen, calming, smooth, meditative, and that puts you in a good mood, I would definitely recommend checking out Edenfalls by Micallef. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate your viewership. Of course, if you are new to this channel and you took something of value from this specific video, please do show your support by subscribing to this channel. All you have to do is click on that red button in the corner. It would mean so much to me, and it's absolutely free. And of course, while you're at it, make sure to enable notifications by clicking on the bell. Also, if you want to participate into the giveaway to win access to the Zoom session so that you can be there live and in person, all you need to do is just leave one comment down below, and I'm going to be picking the winning comment in 1 week's time. I'm going to pin it to the top of the comment thread. Make sure to check back to this video in 1 week to see if you've won. I'm also going to be replying to your comment, and I'm going to heart your comment so that you get multiple notifications notifying you that you've won. Thanks again for watching. Love you all. We'll see you soon. Bye.